Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Gonzalez Clark. Today we're still going to talk about multiplication of fractions. However, we're going to talk about scaling, which is we are looking to see if we are able to determine the product of particular multiplication problems just based off of the numbers that are within it. And we're going to do that with three fractions that you see in front of you. There is 2 times 97 hundredths. We have 2 times 100 one hundredths. And then we have 2 times 100 hundredths. And what we need to do is we need to, without evaluating, without conducting the multiplication, we need to determine which one of these expressions is greater than, less than, and equal to 2 meters, which is the whole number these fractions are being multiplied by. And we need to be able to determine that just by looking at the numbers that are involved. Okay? After we do that, then I'll give you a visualization of how it will look. But first, we just need to look at the information in front of us and see if we can determine which fraction is going to give us a product that is greater than, less than, or equal to 2 meters. So one of the most important things that we need to know when scaling is that if you are multiplying by a fraction that is greater than 1 whole, then that means your answer will be the greatest one. And I'm talking about in the context of these three problems that we have here. Of course, problems can be different, but these are the ones that we're focusing on here. So just by knowing that particular, by knowing that particular scaling fact, you can determine which one of these fractions is going to be greater than 2. So which one of these problems has a fraction that's greater than 1 whole? And how do we even know that? So here we have 97 hundredths. Is this greater than 1 whole? Absolutely not. It's close. It's very close. It's 3 hundredths away from being 1 whole, but that is not greater than a whole, right? Then we have 100 one hundredths. Is this greater than 1 whole? Absolutely, because it's 100th over the 1 whole, right? So here, I'm just going to put a circle around that one just so that we can know that this can potentially be a very important piece of data that we need right now. And then here we move on to 2 times 100 hundredths. 100 hundredths, as we know, is equal to 1 whole, because if we divide the 100 by 100, you get 1 whole. Now the scaling fact that I just spoke of says that if we multiply by a fraction greater than 1, then that is going to be the biggest, that's going to be the expression that has the largest product in this context. So since this expression here, 2 times 100, 1 over 100, since this fraction is greater than 1, then this expression is going to be the one that has a product that will be greater than 2 meters. Okay? So that one, I'm just going to put it here. 2 times 101 hundredths is greater than, and that is all the way down there. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Ooh, that's small. Okay. 2 times 101 hundredths is greater than go. 2. The product of 2 times 101 hundredths is greater than 2. Perfect. So now we got to see what's next, right? So now we're left with 2 times 97 hundredths and 2 times 100 hundredths. Now, let's look at this one. Since the 2 is being scaled in this product by a fraction less than 1, then that means this product is going to be less than 2. Okay? So let's put that. The product of 2 times 97 hundredths is less than 2. Okay. Great. And then we have our last fraction. Hold on a second. Okay, so we took care of that one. And then we have our last fraction, 2 times 100 hundredths. And since this fraction is being scaled by 1 whole, and remember we said that this is 1 whole because 100 divided by 100 gives us 1 whole. 100 divided by 100 gives us 1 whole. Then this product is going to be equal to 2. Okay, great. Just going to move this a little bit. All right. And we took care of that one. So we scaled the whole number 2 by different fractions. We scaled it by 97 hundredths. We scaled it by 100 hundredths. And then we scaled it by 100 hundredths. And what we were able to determine was that when you are scaling the whole number 2 by a fraction that is less than 1 whole, your product is going to be less than 2 in this case, less than the whole number. When you are scaling the 2 by a fraction that is greater than a whole, then your product is going to be greater than the 2, than the whole number that is in this expression. And then when you are scaling by a fraction that is equal to 1 whole, then your product is going to be equal to the 2. In this case, it's a 2. This is the whole number that this is being multiplied by. So we were able to see, we didn't even have to solve these problems. We were able to already determine, based off of what we know about scaling, how our products will come out.